This is Hohem iSteady Pro 4, and yes, it is an action camera gimbal. Hi, I'm June from Junelane Media Production, and in this video I will try to help you whether you should get one. But first, before we do the reviewing of this gimbal, let me just address the huge questions about why do you need a gimbal for a GoPro or an action camera that already has a hypersmooth or an in-body stabilization. Well, if you are shooting on a low-light situation that has motion on it, like indoors, cloudy days, or nighttime. On this kind of situation, the hypersmooth doesn't really work well, and it makes your footages a lot more grainy. So it would be nice to turn off the hypersmooth and still have that stabilization. And of course, if you turn off the stabilization on the GoPro camera, you will save more battery, you don't risk overheating, and also you can get a lot of more cinematic and creative shots. And now let's dive in on a reviewing of Hohem iSteady Pro 4 gimbal. There is a nice carrying case, a user manual and quick start guide, 3 cables that can charge and connect your camera to the gimbal, extendable mini tripod, the iSteady Pro 4 gimbal itself. I love actually when you buy a product that has its own carrying case. It's pretty nice that you don't have to worry about your gimbal. When do you want to take it with you and put it with the other accessories that you have, or you just want to put it on your storage? The gimbal quality design is actually lightweight, and it feels quality made, and it is also splash proof. These are the compatible cameras that can you fit in this gimbal. The gimbal has a max payload of 150 grams. You can tap the power button to check the remaining battery. There will be a light indicator at the side of the handle. The light indicator will flicker when the gimbal is charging. And if you want to charge your gimbal, this is the charging port, where you can charge the gimbal using an USB Type-C cable that comes with it. And on the top USB port is where you can charge other devices like your phone, and because the gimbal itself has a power bank feature. It is a very nice feature that this gimbal has. A gimbal that can enhance nearly 2 times your action camera battery life, and it has a screw hole on the side for mounting. The gimbal has a 3600 mAh battery capacity, up to 14 hours of battery life. It can also charge the action camera while shooting. There is one more feature that this gimbal has, and it is the quick release clip mounting design that you can mount with this spring buckle. You just have to pull out this little bracket, and look at that. How easy is that? That is so easy to do. By the way, you can mount your GoPro in a normal way or upside down. There are some pros and cons if you put your camera in a normal way or upside down. In a normal way, you have an access on your power button, but you don't have an access on your battery and charging port. And if you put it on upside down, you don't have an access to the power button, but you will have an access to your charging port and battery. At the bottom of the handle, there is a 1/4 inch extension screw hole that you can mount the gimbal into the mini tripod or in an extension arm. Pairing the gimbal to the camera via Bluetooth connection. Double-click the pair button. The indicator blinks only when the gimbal is on the pairing mode. While it is on pairing mode, go ahead and connect the gimbal to the GoPro by going to the GoPro user's interface. Select the preference, select the wireless connections, select GoPro Quick Up, and then wait for the connection. This is the power button on and off. Press and hold the power button for about 3 seconds to power on the gimbal. While your camera is Bluetooth connected to the gimbal, it can command your camera. If you single tap, it will start or end the video, or it will take a photo. And you can double tap to switches between photo mode, video mode, or time-lapse mode. This is the mode button that you can select every mode in this gimbal. The number 1 is the pan follow mode, or PF. The camera follows the horizontal movement and locks other 2 axes. And the second one is pan and tilt follow mode, or PTF, where the gimbal follows both vertical and horizon movement. And the third one mode is all lock, or L, where the gimbal doesn't follow any movement and it just keeps the camera pointed in one direction. And the last mode is all follow, or point of view, or POV, where it follows all axes including the roll axis. In this mode, you can also do an inception effect with a 600 degrees rotation by setting it to the POV mode and using to rotate the camera. The joystick is really smooth and easy to control. You can move the joystick up and down for controlling the tilt, left to right for panning. The trigger button at the front, you can double tap it to recenter your gimbal. Hold it and it will switch in sport mode, where all the motors will follow the camera movement. And this is the slider roll axis. A common issue with an action camera gimbals is that the motor noise can affect the sound quality. But as you can see, it's very quiet. It is possible to hear a little bit noise on the gimbal. The Hohem Bluetooth application. The application is very good, as well it connects to the phone by using Bluetooth. And the connection is very fast and reliable. And the application is quite simple. You have the parameter settings that you can adjust the motor speed of the gimbal and save it. You can remote control the gimbal by panning and tilting. And there is also the calibration and firmware update. You can also set motion lapses using the application. So there we go. That is Hohem iSteady Pro 4. To sum it up, the iSteady Pro 4 is a solid action camera gimbal. It is very useful accessories and very affordable. The build quality is also on the budget side, but the performance is very good. And also it depends on what all your needs are. As a content creator, most of the time when I'm doing handheld, the leveling is up. It tends to slant to the left or to the right. And when I'm using this gimbal, my shots are much smoother and stable, and it saved me more time in editing videos, and because I don't need to think about stabilizing my footages. And so that's it for this video. I hope it's helped you. Let me know what you think by commenting on this video and see you on the next one.